Yo, it is another edition of the IOPS Podcast, sponsored by Miller Lite, official partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. It's Miller time, Philadelphia. Celebrate responsibly. Fritzy, they actually swept the team. It happened, no less. By the way, and shout out to Dave Uram for this stat. Obviously, Dave is psycho at finding stats. He's the best. Dave, heading into this weekend, Jack, the Phillies were 2-12 lifetime in Arlington. 2-12. And they won 3 games there this weekend. How about it? How you doing, pal?
Well, I think it was, I think Bob Vitrone said the last 6 Phillies-Rangers series have been sweeps by either team. One team sweeps, the other team
That's fascinating. That's really weird.
Listen, I didn't expect to have a lot of obscure Phillies-Rangers
I know, right? Yeah.
stats out of this, but holy cow. I mean, so, like, to be completely honest with you, we've watched a lot of these AL teams the last couple of weeks. We've watched the Yankees. We've watched the Tigers, Red Sox. I really felt like watching the Rangers. I thought the Red Sox were probably the best, but I think the Rangers are like a real team. And you look at some of the pitching numbers, they're right behind the Phillies in starting pitching rotation ERA. And then bullpen-wise, they had a really good bullpen heading into this series. Offensively, like slowly kind of heating up a little bit. Obviously, the one World Series. I don't think the Phillies just like went down there and took care of a okay Rangers team. I think the Phillies went down there and took care of a very good Rangers team.
Wow, look at this.
And to me, most impressive series win of the season.
Wow! Whoa! I love to hear that. Look, they've played really good baseball since the trade deadline. They're 7-2 since the Duran move. By the way, I'm sorry for allowing us to go more than 30 seconds into this pod without mentioning the Mets. Now they've lost 7 straight, and they were up 5-0 yesterday, and they got walked off in Milwaukee. You love to see it. Phillies are 5.5 up right now, Jack. I mean, this team has, since Bader and Duran, and we should mention Bader because, I mean, look, the catch yesterday was like casual. It's like no big deal. Let me just reach over the wall and just yank it back and just act like nothing happened. No big deal.
And it was so well timed. It was just. It was watching.
It was casual. It was like
It was like watching an artist. Honestly,
yeah.
It was symmetry. It was like tracking a deep ball in football, where you're just like, there it is, easy, bang. Let's bring that one back. I feel pretty. He hasn't been like unbelievable at the plate, right?
Though. He's been good. He had the homer. That was a big homer. That it was 3-3 at that moment. At that big 3-run shot. He's getting on base. He's scoring runs. Like he's doing stuff. Getting hit. Like he's doing stuff.
I feel pretty justified for him to be on my perfect offseason 3 years running. So I'm pretty baitered up. Not gonna lie. I don't want to get too Keplered up.
Yeah, this whole city's Durand up. We're baitered up, baby. Let's go.
It's what this podcast does.
But it does look, and we talked about it, about, Dave going out and making real trades at the deadline and what that could do for the energy, the group, and you feel it. Like it feels like this team has had like juice inserted into them in some way. They've had like a fusion of excitement, of vibes, and like they're playing like it, Jack. To your point, I mean, they just swept the Rangers. They won 2 or 3 of each of the last series. Prior to that, they've played damn good baseball since Durant's come here.
Yeah, and I think that's you keep looking at this deadline versus last deadline, where they went out marginal moves. Estevez, we could argue, should not have been a marginal move, but they got a guy rather than the guy. And
Durant's the guy, very clearly the guy.
Helsley not off to a hot start in New York. Mason Miller's pretty damn good. He's going to be fine with the Padres. But, I just think that with this team and that clubhouse and the way they've played, it's been pretty workmanlike, and it's been pretty like it's go time. And I think that that's been the biggest shift since July 31st is there's a lot more now we go. Mm-hmm. And I actually think that goes to the manager as well. I think Rob Thompson is managing for October now. And the fact that he felt perfectly fine not having Castellanos in the lineup on Saturday, where last year at the beginning of the season, he let Casty play every single day when he was struggling. Now a bad month where Casty hit like 205. It warrants maybe a platoon in that spot as well. Now, I know it's a huge outfield. I know it's a cavernous outfield. You want as good outfield defense as you could get. Sure. But we've seen them play in big outfields before, and Castellanos has been there. So it feels like he is managing much more aggressively after the trade deadline. He feels comfortable with where he's at with late in the game. Okay, we're going to go Marsh here in this spot in the 6th, 7th and let it kind of ride out. And what I think has been the most positive development is it feels like no one's surprised in that dugout. It feels like they are on board with the plan, and the platoon fills are here. And
since '93, we're back to the '93 spot. This is great.
I know. Well, and it's sort of the 21 Braves, except without like the bunch of different outfield additions. It's a lot of internal additions, and we'll eventually get there. I have no idea what's going to happen with Crawford, but like, and by the way, we've talked about the outfield platoon. What's going to happen when Bones
second
back?
Base? Yeah, and so exactly. Second base, third base, Kemp. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's not a class of platoons. They're both right-handed, but I mean, certainly Stott and Sosa. I mean, you could have platoons at 4 or 5 positions theoretically. You know,
I mean, but Stott's hitting, I think,
277 since the All-Star break, and even better since the trade deadline.
I think 400 in August so far.
And again, even since the All-Star break, that's a month of baseball. 277. It's not amazing, but for him, that's much better than he's been.
The outfield has the 6th highest slugging percentage in baseball since the trade deadline. Just letting everyone know. You like that one?
The 6th highest is a phenomenal.
The 6th highest. Well, I was so excited.
Number.
I was so excited.
Phenomenal number right there. That's really good.
I was so excited because last night I looked it up post trade deadline, and they were 2nd in slugging percentage. And then they had a quiet game and back down.
And you're
6th.
like, oh yeah, it's been that many games since the trade deadline.
Oh, so I wanted to wake up and tweet it out so bad, and then I was like, it's not what I thought.
No, I'll just throw it in on the pod. It'll be fine.
The pod seltzer will be like, oh, that's kind of cool, and people will be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Twitter will be like, they suck. They still suck. You know. So, but yeah, I just and the nice part, I guess the positive of a platoon is it does push guys to all feel like now it could push them negatively
when they get the opportunity. Yeah,
but it could push it negatively where you feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, but it could also push them positively, saying like, well, if I want to play, I gotta produce. So I just think they're in a really healthy spot. I think they're in a really, really healthy spot. Durant at the back end allows everything else to kind of figure itself out. So it's a good time, man. They're playing good baseball, and I think they're re-energized, and thankfully, I feel like the fan base is pretty re-energized.
Oh, there's no question, Jack. I mean, you know, people down like people are rooting for less runs late in games because they want to see Durant come in. It's wild. And look, to your point too, I think you're seeing it throughout the lineup. You know, I mean, this was a weekend of the bottom of the lineup carrying them in games at times.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, to your point about Topper, and I agree. And especially after how frustrating it was with the whole Topper Castellanos thing earlier this year in Miami, how he has the stones to finally do something and to you know, goes out and makes the replacement, and they sits him and the whole blow up. And he hasn't made a defensive replacement with him since. You know, since that happened, he has yet to go out late in a close game and say, hey, Nick, you're out of the game. So it was nice, to your point, to see him being willing to do something like sitting him for a game like that and kind of asserting it. And look, all weekend, and it really feels like a lot of times this season, every time Twitter is up in arms about a lineup decision that Rob Thompson makes, it goes in Thompson's favor. It's been, I mean, we had the Kepler one at the end of this past week, you know, and all weekend. I mean, Wes Wilson yesterday gets the game winning hit, essentially take the lead. Like, I mean, Kepler
on Saturday,
Kepler on Saturday, and then also Kepler on the Thursday or whatever it was with the homer that game too. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been every single time Topper gets crushed for one of these decisions pregame, it seems like the guy who he's getting crushed for comes through.
Well, then we got to keep crushing them. We got to keep crushing them. There's no doubt about it. Every time we're like, this is stupid.
It's the right takeaway. Yeah. Keep doing what we're doing here.
Did you have any idea? I think they flashed it on the broadcast on Saturday. Did you have any idea that they have the most runs in baseball, 7th inning on?
No, I didn't. I
pretty
had
impressive.
no clue. Yeah, it is. It's impressive. And look, it's felt like that lately. Like they really do feel like they're not out of games. Like I'm starting to get that feel with this team where I watch them and I like it's 5-0 in the fourth. I'm like, they come back from this. Like we've seen this enough lately. And look, yesterday was an example. They were down 2-0 for a while until the sixth inning or whatever. And they battled back. Same thing on that game we were just talking about a couple nights ago. Yeah. So
DeGrom, they were down. They came back late.
Yep.
Old Kepler got him. Our guy, Max Kepler. He came through.
Never said a bad word about him on this pod. I know that.
Well, guess what? He's not going anywhere. Like, he's just.
He's here. Yeah. He's not getting DFA'd. No.
He's no longer on DFA.
Yeah, like we said, is probably the right move. Like, would I rather have Max Kepler or Wes Wilson for a big spot offensively or defensively in the playoffs? It's probably Max Kepler.
Yeah, although Wes Wilson's looking a little hitterish.
I know. That big hit yesterday, right? It's not just got his bat on the ball, found a little hole, squeezed it through. Good base running from Bryson behind it, coming around to score. You love to see it.
Yeah. Now, I did make this point. I don't know if anyone listened to the Final Out broadcast because the music at the link was so freaking loud that I could barely. Elliot and I were sitting next to each other. We could not talk to each other. It was so loud. Yeah, wow. They're getting ready for the season.
Plus, they got the true Eaglesmen on the call. They had, open practice, time to make a real call on WIP. Who do they call? Jack Fritz out of the bullpen, obviously.
Sitting in Merrill's seat. Talk about absolutely not deserving to be.
Talk about some tweets you're gonna get. You were in Merrill's seat is an outrage.
Yeah. Well, it's my seat now. I'm just kidding. So, I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. But
chill out, everybody. All right.
Just a joke. But so, we talked about running it back, right? And they brought the same team back. Would have liked to see some of the players not here, but I think overall, the one benefit of running it back is again. These guys know what makes each other tick. And I think that when you look at the seventh inning on numbers and not feeling like they're out of a ball game, the nice part about having guys that have played together for a while is there's probably a lot more of going like, we're fine. I know, like
we've been through this before. Remember that game. Remember this moment. Exactly. There's
you can have more. You can have more open conversations. You don't feel like you're gonna step on someone's toes if you have to have a conversation. Even the thing a couple weeks ago, and Bryce said this to Edmundo, like we don't do that here, and that was fine. And then Bryce got thrown out on a check swing.
That was pretty funny.
It was great. Like a lot of credit to Edmundo.
Listen, that's not what we do here, Edmundo. I know you've been here for 3 years, but like, let me just tell you how it works. It's like, well, what, do you think Edmundo was like? What about Alec? Did you say that to Alec when he did it? No, Alex, fine. Don't worry about it. We don't.
Well, I mean, who could forget? And hold on, in Bryce's defense, hold on, easy. In Bryce's defense, he was the one that had his arm around Alec Bohm when he was crying in Kansas City.
That's a good point. You're right.
When they're up by 10.
We were up by 10 runs and Alec Bohm was crying because he didn't get a hit in front of his family. Yeah, I remember.
They hadn't scored more than like 3 runs in 2 weeks. They were horrible.
I do think that was the moment for you with Bohm where that was, of all the Bohm stuff that's happened, that was the one that made you the most upset. I remember doing that pod. You were so annoyed with that guy in that moment. You were like, it's one thing we're losing it. Like we're up 10 runs, bro. Like
it's been a bad stretch of baseball. Yeah. You needed a laugher and that happened. So yes. But credit to Edmundo for not being like, what do you mean? We don't, I mean, you do it. Like, what are you talking about? So, and by the way, of all the Dombrowski positive moves, I mean, getting Edmundo Sosa here.
Yeah, we don't talk about enough. And Jojo Romero's been pretty solid. Like it's not like
very good.
Yeah, Jojo. That was actually one of those trades where I think it worked well for both teams. But Edmundo's been such a big part of this team, the culture, the whole thing.
Well, he had obviously the home run on Sunday, but his defense on Saturday. When I saved that game, he was ridiculous over at third base. He was phenomenal, and they're actually.
They played pretty good defense lately, man. How about the freaking Trey Turner play in the ninth for Duran when we thought was going to be the first hit Duran gave up his affiliate would come on the next batter, 2 bats later, whatever. But that play to get the first out in the ninth, that was a beautiful play by Trey Turner. Beautiful play.
Well, and he had the ball in center field where Bader was playing so far back, caught it like that. Game on Saturday, Trey had a couple nice backhand stabs in the hole.
Trey's been better. Credit where due. And now he has obviously had the homer on Friday, which was desperately. He's been struggling offensively. He has been and still somehow is not homered at home somehow. But
that's going to happen. That's going to happen in October.
There it is. It's a bit. It's a bit. I like that. But defensively, he's been much better. And the team as a whole, they've been playing pretty good defense as far as it goes. For something that we thought was an issue, I feel like it's not really an issue right now.
Yeah, I mean, and the one thing he's obviously had a really up and down, well, mostly down year at the plate. But holy cow, what Bryson Stott can do defensively as second baseman.
He is a phenomenal defensive. He is so much fun to watch out there.
Yeah. And it kind of feels like that they're starting to really value defense in, like, I think Thompson on Saturday, that's a total defense.
D lineup,
the defensive lineup. So maybe they're putting a little bit more emphasis on preventing runs because they have this starting staff, they have this bullpen offense. You have really no idea what you're going to get, so you might as well try to prevent runs as best as you can. But yeah, they flashed some serious leather down in Arlington this weekend.
Yeah, and look, I don't know if for the Castellanos part, because that defense, when you put Kepler in right, Bader in center, Marsh in the left, that is a above average defensive outfield. I mean, that's a really good defensive outfield. And I didn't realize Castellanos, I saw the stat over the weekend. I believe it's Fangraphs WAR. Yeah. So Fangraphs WAR, did you know that Nick Castellanos is one of only 9 qualified position players this season with a negative WAR? According to Fangraphs, however you take WAR, I know, but like that, I was surprised to find it. In their eyes, he is such a bad defensive player that he is that bad that he is a negative player. He's been whatever offensively, but he's that bad defensively that it pulls him to one of the 9. It's just the point being that, I don't think we talk enough about he catches what comes to him, but he is a bad defensive right fielder, Nick.
Well, anyone with eyes, we all have watched plenty of baseball. We know he's a poor defensive outfitter, no matter if he doesn't have an error.
Everyone's talking about the no errors and the catches in the playoffs. I think there was a time, and an extended period of time, where people were like, he's fine. He's fine out there. He is not fine out there. He is a bad, bad, not even below. When you say below average, it means, he's like a little, he's bad. Let's call it like it is. He's a bad right fielder.
Well, and it seems like he's gotten slower.
Yes, it does. It seems like he's gotten significantly slower out there.
He's just an okay baseball player.
Yeah,
I know. I don't at the plate. It's not super valuable what he does. I know that he's hitting 275. Is he still around that range?
Somewhere around there. Yeah. It's a hollow 275.
Well, it's not impactful. I mean, that's the issue is that it's not impactful. And again, I like the top of the lineup, obviously, where Turner, again, it was 31 games without a home run, which was surprising.
It was feeling it.
And, he needed that. That's great. Schwarber's been great. Harper's been great. I actually kind of like the bottom of the lineup a little bit. It feels like that they are taking it personal. It's that middle of the lineup that I just don't trust.
Mm-hmm.
And JT's on a heater. JT's been great. He's been
great. He's been
money.
Great. It is hilarious that the Rangers falling off. You could have said Ranger at start too, but the 3 big contract guys, especially when Ranger was killing it. Schwarber and Realmuto are just making this so hard on the Phillies. They really are. I mean, Schwarber is just, it's up in the course of the season, whatever the contract be. And the Realmuto thing, we came into the year, I came in being like, no matter what, do not resign. And now I'm like, you kind of just got to resign him, right? It's completely flipped. They have both done an amazing job of really pushing for that money. Credit to them.
Yeah, I do. I wish there was a live cam on John.
Oh, I know, right?
Every Schwarber home run.
It's like the joy and the sadness all in one.
Well, especially the one on Friday, where it's the 10th hardest home run ever, something in the
Was that what it was? I mean, it was a blast.
I think it's 115 miles an hour off the bat, or 112 miles an hour off the bat. And he's like, you think he's sitting in the owner's suite is that foul? Check the tape. Damn it. But then it's all right, we're up 1-0. her up.
I mean, is it? I mean, it might be the greatest contract season in our lifetime. Like, I'm trying to think.
The judge hit his
No. I'm talking
some...
Philadelphia. I'm sorry. I'm talking just Philadelphia. I'm talking I should have specified that. In Philadelphia, as the 4 teams that we root for, has there ever been a better contract season? Like, I mean, it's hard. He's in the running for an MVP, so it's one of the better seasons you're going to see. Period. But
yeah,
I can't think of many.
There's one that's sticking out.
I'm sure there's a couple that
we're
missing. Like, I'm sure there is, but it's up there, man. It's hard to do more.
And I, it's funny. Usually, I'd be inciting panic about the Schwarber thing.
Oh yeah, buddy.
I just don't feel it. I think he's going to be a Philly. I think he wants to be a Philly. I think they want to make him a Philly. It's going to cost them. Like, I mean, it's going to cost them a boatload.
4-110, 4-120, something crazy like that.
Which actually isn't that, like, for the production, it's not that bad. Like, we've seen.
Look, 4 for 120, that's $30 million a year for sure. I mean, that's fair,
Right.
I mean, it is what it is.
If he put these numbers while playing the outfield every day, it's like 7, 330.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So it's for what he does. It's actually not that bad of a deal. So I guess I'm not super stressed about the Schwarber thing. I think he's going to be here. I think that the PR blow, but if they lose Schwarber, don't pay anyone and just restart. It's like, what are we doing? So I think that they know that to resign Schwarber, Middleton's basically come out being like, I get it. I know. I'll pay him. So I guess until he's not a Philly this offseason, I'll expect him to be a Philly. And I do not buy that he wants to go play for the freaking Reds.
Enough of it. I've heard so many. That is like the classic. If you're the agent for the player, you get it out there. Oh, you can go to the hometown team. I just want he's from there. He loves his home. He loves it there. Like, that is every time we hear that. How often do they go to the hometown team? How many times does it happen? I feel like it never happens that they actually go to the hometown team. So I'm with you.
Yeah. Look at Mike Trout.
What a perfect example. The loser, Mike Trout. Okay. Let's get to, it's my fault. I wanted to focus on some wins and some good times and all. Let's get to the Wheeler thing. Cause we've probably been deficient going this deep into the pod without getting to the Wheeler thing. He pitched yesterday, which was great to see. Went 5 innings, 83 pitches, got him out. I was concerned he wasn't going to make the start on Sunday going in. I was happy to see him out there. You hear him talk after the game and he starts by saying, no, it's much better, but I don't really know what's going on. I don't really know why I've been off. I don't really know. He's like, it's been happening for a while, which we didn't know about. Like, it's like, I'm happy he was out there, but I look at this. Doesn't know why he's been struggling these last few, 5 starts, whatever it is, since the complete game. There's something going on there. The imaging is clean. That's great. But what do you make of the Wheeler thing? What should they do? I know we've all talked a lot about the 2022 thing. Should they sit him down for a few weeks? Whatever. Where are you at with Wheeler after again, the velocity down on every single one of his pitches, 1 mile to 2, like that? There's reason for concern. Where are you at with the Wheeler thing?
I mean, it seems like dead arm. I mean, this happens
feels
all the
like
time.
It, right?
I mean, it classic case of dead arm. And the thing that's been most interesting about Wheeler is some of his misses are just big misses, and he's missing a lot of glove side,
which you never see from him.
He hit 3 Yankees in that one Yankee start where at least one of them, maybe 2 of them were left-handed hitters. Like and it looks like he's tired. I mean, he does look like he's tired. So I think it's actually a big start tonight for Taiwan from that standpoint. Like, if he can go out, prove to be serviceable, Nola has one more start in Lehigh Valley, and then he'll be brought up. I would love a Wheeler just
3 weeks,
3 week IL stint. Just get him right. And I'm sure that he wants to win the Cy Young, and I'm sure that he wants to make every start he wants to post because he's the ace, and that's what aces do. We just gotta be smart about this. You
gotta protect him from himself sometimes. That's what happens with a lot. These athletes, they want to go out every time and take the ball and all that. Wheeler, we even know in that complete game, we both think that the comment Rob Thompson made was to Zack Wheeler saying, hey, when I come get you, let me freaking get you so we don't end up in this situation. I am a 1,000,000,000% with you on this. I think they need to go to Zack Wheeler and say, hey, Zack, you're sitting down for 2 weeks, buddy. Sorry.
Well, you're 35. I mean, you're 35 with he's pitched more innings than anyone in baseball in the last 5 years.
I'm sorry. Like, it sucks. Paul Skeens is winning the Cy Young. Like, it sucks. It's over, buddy. Like it's over. He's got an under 2 ERA. Like he's winning it. Like everyone's talking about him. Like, I am so sorry. You deserve a Cy Young more than anyone. It sucks. I really hate that he doesn't have one. He's going to be second. This could be a third time. Honestly, Sanchez will probably end up second if they can get Wheeler out for a couple weeks. But regardless, like, it sucks. But like, it is what it is, man. You're not winning it. I'm sorry. You know?
Yeah. So it's like having to come to reality with that. But
yeah,
I'm not super concerned until I see it falter in the postseason. Like, I think he's going to be all right. The fact that there's nothing structurally wrong with it, the fact that he's kind of talking about, like, I don't really know what's going on, that just screams dead arm. I'm sure he's dealt with dead arm in the past, but maybe he hasn't. You know, he's had a pretty live arm for his entire career, so maybe this is the first time he's really going through something like this where he doesn't have it, and that's fine. But the fact that there's nothing structurally wrong with it, he feels okay at least going out there and giving what he's got. I'm not super concerned with it. I think that it'll eventually come back and everything is going to be okay. But I would like for it to happen after a 2 to 3 week IL stint and let him relax and bring him back in September and when it's go time and give him 4 starts to ramp up for the postseason.
I feel exactly the same way, 100% on the same page, and the Taiwan thing is big. And look, I'm sure there are some people yelling, like, "What about Painter?" I think we have to stop yelling. So we have to stop yelling. So for those who didn't see it yesterday, Painter 4 1/3, 9 hits, 7 earned, 2 walks, 2 home runs allowed. His ERA in AAA is up to 5.42 in 16 starts. Andrew Painter is not going to help the Phillies this year, I think. Right?
No. Yeah. Yeah, and at this point, it's just about taking down innings, getting through the year healthy. It's been a year of hopefully growth from him, facing adversity and battling his way through it and staying healthy. And again, I mean, he pitched in the fall league. Like he's pitched a lot in the last year. So it's disappointing, 100%. You know, when you have someone that is viewed as the best pitching prospect in baseball and they're getting shelled at AAA, it's a little humbling, and especially with the added pressure that they made him untouchable at the trade deadline, which added it just added this thing with Painter where it's like, well, you got to come up and be dominant or else, dude, like, you stink. So that on top of everything else, the fan expectations, total bummer. But as we've said a million times, I'll give grace to a 22-year-old coming back and pitching professional baseball and reaching AAA for the first time. As Skeens goes to college, all these top prospects, they've gone to college. Takes a little bit longer sometimes with high schoolers, and especially one coming off of Tommy John. So, as long as he gets through the year healthy, next year, he's gonna have to start. He's gonna have to try to be pitching in the rotation because they're probably gonna lose Ranger. But I would pretty much say the Andrew Painter thing is over.
Yeah. I am not at all concerned long term, that this doesn't, it is what it is. I thought it was unfair, to your point, to really expect too much out of him 2 years out from Tommy John. Like, it takes that long to just get back to being right. And then he has to get back to pitching again and get it right and pitch it. And again, this guy's never pitched in the minors and he's young, or in the majors, and he's young. He's 22. So I'm with you. I'm not concerned long term about it, but it is. I think we just have to get it out of our minds for this year. Yes. I think a lot of people are still kind of, if they're not following it, whatever, expecting Painter as like a potential, a golden, whatever that could come in and help. And I just don't think that's going to be the case.
I think if we're in the same spot next year, then it's
a real concern. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's more real.
And this even year, then, look at Mick Abel. Let's not forget, a year ago at this time, Mick Abel was like a lost cause. Like, we were like, is he going to be anything? And and it's a different situation. He had Tommy. I'm just saying, like, with prospects, it can change very quickly in terms of writing yourself and showing it, and you're right back to where you were.
Yeah. So deep breaths on Andrew Painter, and then we'll see you hopefully for the opening day roster 2026. Can't believe the 2026 Phils are a year away.
Dude, it was crazy. I can't believe it. The bid is almost here. We're going to be doing the All-Star game here next year. This is the first year to care about it. How about that?
Although we're really more on to the 2027 Phillies.
Yeah.
2026 actually too fast of a timeline. We got to slow this thing down. Right. Slow this thing down. Slow it down.
We can win it all this year and then, slow it down again or whatever. All right. Let's get to the take back.
All right. So one guy who I'm legitimately concerned about is Strom. I just, if like, I know he had a scoreless inning yesterday. Also, the last ball was almost launched off of the Bader. It's a huge outfield, so who knows how that goes somewhere else. I don't know. He is. I thought he was turning the corner. I thought that he was rounding into form. Stuff kind of looks like it's back to being flat again, which is not super great. Because now Banks has been solid, of course. Our guy, always steady Eddie.
Tanner Banks, your go-to lefty in the playoffs? Is that what we're saying?
Well, let's talk about phantom ILs or IL stands.
Talking eighth inning, 1 out, 2 on, 1-run game, lefty coming to the plate. Is it Banksy?
It could be, but
oh God.
Just when Alvarado's back, put Strom on the IL or something, and again make sure he's fresh, and then run Alvarado into the ground, and
yes,
again hopefully he's good in the postseason. But the Strom thing, because Thompson's going to keep trusting him. It really feels like he views him as a true high leverage guy. Him and Kirkering, and they're going to flip flop back and forth as to who is starting the
matchups,
inning.
Yeah.
Seager starts the inning. There's Strom.
100%.
Now I do wonder. So in the 8th inning on Saturday, that's 2-3-4, and I do wonder in the postseason if Rob Thompson goes to Duran. Yeah. And he should. I mean, he should.
I agree, and I think Topper believes that he should, but again, they made such a point. I mean, Dabrowski said, we've talked about it, he's our closer, 9th inning. Like, I don't think they will. I think he should. I agree, but I don't think they will. I think Duran is your closer.
But Duran also said that he's willing to do whatever.
I would do it. I'm with you. If it's 2-3-4, I'm doing that. I'm having Duran face those guys. I agree. I'm just saying, I don't know. And the Strom thing it's a real concern. I agree with you heading into the playoffs. I'm right there. And he's pitched a lot of innings, Strom. I mean, he hasn't really missed much time over the last, 2.5 years since he's been here. You mentioned this on a recent pod, but I think we forget that, he came in here and was a starter for the first couple months he was here and going 5 innings and all that stuff. So they put a lot of mileage on him the last few years. So yeah, I'm with you. That's a concern, especially with how important he is to this bullpen.
How in are you on of all the things to be in on with Duran, the little hop, skip, and a shimmy after a strikeout?
It's so good.
I'm a big game feel to him.
I'm a big sword guy. Like, I'm a big K-walk, K-strut guy. Like, I think it's if batters are going to strut, I think pitchers should be able to strut too. So I love it. I love a good, whatever they're going to do after a strikeout. Duran, he's got it going on. It's great.
Yeah. Seems like Duran really knows what he's doing in the 9th inning. It's really
it seems like it's got a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
It's quite refreshing. It's quite, it's kind of like when you get to the tush push and
you're like, oh, we got this.
It's really only a 9-yard. You only have to get 9 yards if you're the Eagles offense. You really don't have to get 8 innings.
It's a great
point. With the Phillies with Duran now.
Another great Eagles analogy from our Eagles guy Jack.
I know. I'm sure Preston's punching the air right now. but yeah, it is crazy though. Duran hasn't missed a ton of bats here, but it's also super soft contact.
Yeah,
no one's
ground outs and soft pop-ups and stuff. Yeah, he's
just pitching at 103. He's a pitcher's pitcher at 103 with a 98 mile an hour splitter.
He's pitching to contact at 103. That's what you do.
Yeah, that was the thing that sunk Jordan Hicks for a long time. He couldn't miss bats, but 120 saves behind Jonathan Papelbon.
Yes,
all-time saves record in franchise history.
Let's go.
We're getting closer.
We're coming for you, Paps.
Already getting mixed reactions on that one on Twitter every day. They're like, "Oh, it's corny." Disagree.
Really?
Does everyone understand how important it is to take down the Jonathan Papelbon record?
Come on.
Stop. Come on. We don't do corny.
I don't see you doing any bits that people are talking about. All right.
That's right. So many bits. Many bits.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bohm's just gonna play third when he's back.
So. Yeah.
But man, I guess I wonder if they would. I wonder if Kemp goes down.
Yeah. What are we gonna do with Otto? Otto's been a player.
Yeah, he's cooled off. Also, he
can't. Yeah.
I never need to see him play third base ever again.
He's horrible. So you they would send West down before Kemp, don't you think?
Maybe. I don't know. I would keep Kemp over Weston Wilson. I think they have some. They seem to like Weston Wilson a lot, so I don't know. And then it turns into what Kemp and left mostly, because I think if you're looking at second base, which advocating for 2 weeks ago, but if you're looking at second base, it feels like Sosa is kind of taking it from a left-handed hitting perspective or left-handed pitcher on the mound. But it also Stott did start against a lefty yesterday, so that was interesting. But that was also Sosa to get in the lineup. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if they sent Kent down to get more reps, maybe. But
even then, we're getting to the point
I
where
would send Weston.
There aren't that many reps left, right? I mean, minor league season ends in September, right? So,
I know. Who knows? So the good part is that a lot of players are performing, so it makes it
easier,
both harder and easier.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess
you
Bone's
love
gonna
when
come
you have
back
a lot of. It's good when you got a bunch of guys who are like just not good enough, but then you hope that some go just above the line and they're playing well.
Well, the tough part for Thompson is like a lot of guys are hitting well. How comfortable would you feel like taking them out of the lineup?
That's what he's been dealing with, That's why Castellanos sat on Saturday, because Castellanos has not been hitting well, and all the other guys are.
Yeah. So this is why he gets paid the big bucks. Speaking of Thompson, I do think that, and this is a conversation for another day, but I think we do sleep on the job that Rob Thompson does.
I
really do.
I think he does a much better job than people give him credit for.
And we like to do the thing with the bullpen. You don't know who's up, who's down, who he can go to here.
And also, they all stunk for the most part for the first half of the season. Like, what do you want to do? Like, when should I pitch Joe Ross? Never, Rob. That's the answer. When should I pitch Jordan Romano? Never. Like, those are the answers. He can't do that. So, yeah, I think it's a very good point.
It feels like I haven't seen Jordan Romano pitch in
I never want to. I'm so good with that. Like, I was texting with Rhea Hughes. Shout out to great Rhea Hughes during the game when Romano was warming up, and she's like, "No, not Romano." And I was like, "Rhea, I have a very strict Romano rule. He's only allowed in a game if we're up 10 runs or down 10 runs, and that's it. That's my Jordan Romano rule." I feel like that's fair.
What do we make? He's been really good. Has Marsh arrived? Or is he going to go back to down?
Jack, it's the question with this team right now, for me at least, is how real is this Brandon Marsh thing? He has been so good really since June 1st. He has been, and obviously the last month, especially had the 4 hits on was that Friday or Saturday? Friday, I think. He's been awesome, man. And I think the biggest question is, what's he going to be in the playoffs? Can you trust him in the playoffs? Will they pitch him differently in the playoffs? All that type of stuff. I can't trust him until I see it happen in the playoffs. There's too much sense memory of past playoff failures, of past years' failures of the bats. So, I'm not there yet. But right now, in a regular season game, I trust Brandon Marsh when he comes up to the plate.
Well, and certainly against righties, but he's been just mashing.
Yeah.
Just mashing. And the good part about Marsh, who, by the way, I think he's still second in baseball history in BABIP.
Is he really? That's wild.
Like, when he puts the ball in play, he has the second highest
that is unbelievable
in the history of baseball.
That is especially because usually, I'll bet you the rest of the list is guys who have high career averages. Normally that translates towards,
Well, I think it's Ruth.
It's usually great players. Yeah, great players. That's what I say. It's probably great players because you have high averages that your batting average balls in play is going to go even higher. Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's something stupid.
I feel like that list is probably a lot of players who are great and Brandon Marsh, if I had to bet on what the list looks like, or some greater than Marsh would be my guess.
Yeah, mostly. But yeah, the good part about Marsh is that you're not seeing the ugly chase as much anymore, which is huge. He is doing a much better job of not expanding the zone, getting his pitch and not missing it. He's hitting the ball hard. I mean, even that sac fly yesterday was smoked. Yeah. He also has 7 hits as a pinch hitter, which is encouraging.
Which feels like it's something that we have not had ever. I feel like the last 5 years, this whole run, pinch hitting has been a wasteland.
Now it almost doesn't matter anymore,
because of the DH and all that stuff. But still, it is the times it's happened. It's not other than Cody Clemens, who is a star.
Yes, well. And he's remember last year,
the Twins, right? Isn't he the most longest tenured Twin? I think.
Do you remember last year when they did not have a pinch hit RBI in the United States?
Yes. Our
David
guy,
Dahl hit
David Dahl. Yeah, of course.
And then they had one up in Toronto, I believe.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so Ty Cobb 383, he's number one.
So this is what I'm saying. I assumed it was players like this. Yes.
Brandon Marsh 370, number 2. And number 3, Rogers Hornsby at
This is what I'm talking. I knew it would be guys like that. It's the only thing that makes sense. That's hilarious, dude. That's
great. Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh. It's crazy.
Shout out to March.
It's crazy. Aidan Miller has an OPS over 1,000 since the trade deadline.
By the way, I'm going to just start. That line from Preston is so true. I can't believe we don't say it every time we mention his name. He's the youngest player in Double-A. The youngest
I don't think that's
player
true.
You think
I don't
he
think it's
made it
true.
up?
I don't think he made it up. I think at one point he was.
It was
I don't
true,
think
and it's not anymore. Okay, well, one of the youngest players in Double-A.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have, but I'm pretty sure that Kevin McGonigal is now there, and George
the guy's
Lombard
got brought up since. Okay, I got you.
Yes. Now he started the year as the youngest player in Double-A, but he is no longer the youngest.
I'll take it. He's one of the youngest.
Yeah.
Players in Double-A. I'll take it.
Right. I would never want to call out anyone.
Well, you just
on
did.
This podcast.
You just said. You literally said, "I think he lied." Is what you said, but that's fine. It's good.
But either way, Aidan Miller, OPS over 1,000 since the trade deadline. Maybe he's just taking a deep breath.
Yes, Jack, he's a human being. Just saying.
Athletes are human beings. It's
right.
a beautiful sentence. And speaking of guys, I don't know how you can bring Crawford up. I don't know where he's going to play. And if they think he needs to come up and play every single day,
well, that's the way. Do you have to think that way? If you're the Phillies, do you think that it is smart to say we think he has to play every day, or would you just bring him up and play him 3 times a week or 2 times a week or whatever, and have him as a pinch runner and have him as a whatever? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I guess I would just keep him down unless like someone's really struggling and then it's obvious. But like, I don't know where he's cracking the roads. I want him to come up and play. So I'm almost in the mindset of like, that's your starting left fielder next year. Like on opening day. Like Justin Crawford will be like, you don't need to go out and sign a Max Kepler for $10 million. I think Bader has an option. I wouldn't mind a Bader Marsh. Little center field thing.
Marsh is, if this is real with Marsh has to play every day next year. Like,
yeah, but he's not hitting lefties still. Like I believe him, but he's still not hitting lefties.
We'll see what he's developing into is the question.
I know. So exciting times for the platoon outfield Phils, man. Platoon outfield Phils, we're here.
All right, 2 or 3 from the Reds. It's somewhat big series. Bury the Reds a little bit,
Yeah, Andrew Abbott's good. They smoked him last time.
Good. He's got like a 2.4 ERA this year, Andrew Abbott.
Yeah, Hunter Green's coming off the IL on Wednesday. So
I remember when Hunter Green was the best pitcher in baseball for a month.
Yeah,
he had like the greatest start to the season, one of the great starts we've ever seen, and didn't work out. It's a shame.
He's on my fantasy team.
Yeah, it was on mine last year with my great team that you helped me with all my pitchers, which was awesome.
Yeah, and now every pitcher I like this year has died, essentially.
I know. It was a rough year for the Fritz list. All right. We'll be back after the Red series. 3-game series against Red, then 4-game series against the Nats. So no days off this week for the Phillies and for us always. No days off here. We'll be back after the Red series, and we will see how Zack Wheeler's feeling. After that, we'll lead into the next series. Hopefully Wheeler doing well and move forward. All right. I feel good about the Phils, Jack. I'm happy. Starting on the right track here. Starting to feel like things are possible, buddy. All right. We'll be back after the Red series. Until then, use Fritz and Seltzer.